Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Chart Pattern. Today is 1st of April 2025. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We will take a look at the key US stock indices. This is going to be a short video as a follow through for the video we did over the weekend. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. So let's take a look at the S&P 500 cash. This is the daily chart, and here what we can see is Monday, which was the last trading day of the month of March. The market actually did something really interesting. This is one of the scenarios that we had discussed in the video which was done over the weekend, and one of the scenarios was that it's possible that the market actually tries to take the low of 30th of March to the downside, but is not able to do it on the closing basis. That was one of the possibility, and the other one was that of course we could be in this ABCD move to the downside, in which case this low of 13th of March is taken out of the downside. What we have seen is two consecutive daily closes where the market is closing above this key 5500 level, which is the 61.8% retracement. So thus far it does appear that the market is actually likely to consolidate around here, which is some sort of a good news for the bulls. And now the key question remains whether the market is making an attempt towards these highs and maybe even higher. Thus far, it has the potential to be a double bottom. The interesting thing about the pattern formation is that it went a little bit lower than the low of the 13th of March, and that, in my opinion, actually completes this corrective pattern. This one, and there is a possibility that what we are looking at is basically some sort of complex move, which could actually we could see the market getting into this region, shaded region. So we'll have to wait and see with regards to the further price action. Only getting below the 13th of March lows, we could see the further downside. But right now, the price action has been supportive for the 13th of March low. And then if we move over to the NASDAQ 100 cash, actually, before I show you that, let's actually take a look at the S&P 500 futures, because the futures did something really interesting. Although the cash market, the S&P 500 cash took out the lows on an intraday basis of 13th of March, futures didn't even do that. So the futures are actually doing a different kind of a pattern, and what we could be looking at is, in fact, if this low is held, an ABCD like this, getting a little bit above this level, so that possibility remains. So if it begins to spend more time consolidating right here, that's going to be something good for the bulls. So 13th of March low, it didn't even come close to it. Now if we take a look at this on the NASDAQ 100, here again took out the lows of 13th of March and then closed above them, and then a second consecutive day we are seeing a positive close, close above the 61.8% retracement right here. So a key level is still being held. And then on the futures chart, if we take a look at the NQ, here slightly different to the S&P 500 futures, because the market did go below the 13th of March lows, and then it closed above it. Still the 61.8% retracement is held. So thus far I'm looking at it as more of a bounce, but if we begin to see some sort of really strong sharp moves to the upside, that's when it gets interesting. So tomorrow, 2nd of April, is when the tariffs, they will come into effect, so it's going to be an interesting trading day to watch from a price action perspective. Now let's take a look at the YM, which is the Dow Jones, and in Dow Jones you can see that, in fact, this is one of the better performing US stock indices, and this one actually held this 61.8% retracement with respect to the 13th of March low. So this one is held, and if we were to take a look at this in the Dow Jones Industrial Cash Index, you see the same actually this index is in comparison to S&P 500 and NASDAQ in particular, stronger index. I think it's because of the composition of some of the stocks which are held in this index, and also Dow Jones is the price weighted index, not a market cap weighted index, but still for a price weighted index, it has held rather well in comparison. And then if we take a look at IWM, which is the Russell 2000 cash, here different slightly different picture to the S&P 500. It did take out the lows of 30th of March but closed above it. And if we take a look at this on the futures chart, here we go, similar kind of formation, getting closing above 13th of March. So it looks like we could see some sort of a bounce appear here again. The 2nd of April is going to be a very interesting trading day from a price action perspective, which I'll be watching very closely and bring a video out. So what we have seen is one of those scenarios played out which we had discussed in the weekend video, where the market for the stock index such as S&P 500 took the lows out on the intraday basis of the 13th of March, which is a really key important low from technical perspective because of the 61.8% retracement being hit in unison in the S&P 500 cash and also NASDAQ 100 cash. And the market closed above the 13th of March level. And then in the S&P 500 futures, it didn't even come close to the 13th of March low. So that's really interesting. On the NASDAQ futures and for the cash, the market did make an attempt to take out the lows of 13th of March but closed above those levels. So again, that sort of level has been held. So that scenario has played out. Now we are watching for further price action to see what the price is likely to do next. But thus far, that low has been held. So this is what I'm watching, and I'll keep you posted with short videos with regards to the price action that we are seeing in the markets. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you happen to like our analysis, you learned something out of the video, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you do, then hit that bell icon button. That way you will not miss any new videos. Please also like and share the video. Thank you very much. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon.